Scott, good to see you. Welcome back to the programme. For those of us who are not immersed in the American Constitution and the American legal system, can you first explain whether or not President Trump can go to jail and still run for president?
Yes. At least this is a simple answer amidst all the complications of the latest indictments, and that is the U.S. Constitution does not forbid anyone who is indicted from campaigning for president, nor does it forbid anyone who is convicted of a felony from becoming U.S. president. Where we will be on unprecedented ground, we don't know where it will lead, is if Donald Trump in January 2025 has won the election and is becoming president, but is either in prison or is facing prison. Will he be disqualified from office because he would be at risk of being behind bars even when he is the commander-in-chief of the United States?
Political polarization is obviously huge in the United States. Do we have a sense of how voters there in the States will react to this latest indictment?
Well, those people who've been entrenched with Donald Trump for many years, or those people who hang on to his coattails, like the House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, will trot out the standard lines today: witch hunt, hoax, Democrat plot, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, we've heard that on multiple scandals and legal cases involving Trump. I think it's far more important to say that we should be asking a different question, and that is, this is a legal process, first and foremost, where it is important to test the facts of the indictment, the 45-page indictment, in a full and fair process which may culminate in a trial. In that process, Donald Trump is innocent until proven guilty, but he is not above accountability. He's not immune from being tried. And to bring political considerations into that legal framework, to try to undermine that process and undermine, indeed, the U.S. legal system, that's the risk that we have if we pay too much attention to Trump's latest statements to try to divert, to throw mud on the wall, and frankly, to lie about the issues and the facts that have been presented.
The other cases, just to remind us, relate to the mishandling of secret documents found at his Florida home, falsifying business records over payments to a former porn star, and, of course, that legal case for alleged election meddling in the state of Georgia. It's said that this is Trump's most serious legal case. How does this compare to those previous indictments?
Well, I mean, they're all serious in the sense that they are felony charges which carry the prospect of prison time. In the case of the false business practices to cover up interference in the 2016 election through the payments to the porn star Stormy Daniels, 34 felony counts. On the theft, called mishandling of documents that were taken from the White House, 40 counts. And each of those counts under the Espionage Act up to 10 years in prison. But what makes this set of indictments, as it is distinctive, is not just the threat to Donald Trump of multiple years in prison. It is the threat that this case highlights. Because even though there are only 4 felony cases here, we are talking, in effect, according to the indictment, of a plan which amounted to an attempted coup. And by that I mean that not only did Trump deny the election results, not only did he knowingly make false statements that there was a fraudulent election, he tried to use that to hold on to power by blocking the transition to the White House of Joe Biden. This is the most serious threat to the U.S. domestic system by one individual, probably since 1865, the U.S. Civil War, which is what makes these indictments and the ones that I think are forthcoming in Georgia, similar case of Trump trying to put in fake electors to get elected president. That's what will make these two different from the previous indictments.
Scott, good to talk to you. Thanks very much for coming back on the programme. Scott Lucas, Professor of US and International Politics at University College Dublin.